Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi everyone. Thank you for joining this discussion. My name is Irdina Hakim, but you can call me Dina.
Hello, I am Dini Atika. Nice to meet you all.
Hi, I'm Ahmad Noor Wafi and you can call me Noaim. How are you today?
We are fine today. How about you?
I am fine too. What are we waiting for? Let's get started our discussion today.
Wow, both of you look so good and very energetic this morning. I am very excited to make a discussion with you guys.
Thank you so much. I'm also very excited to meet you. So, what are we going to talk today?
Today, we are going to talk about a new issue among students at school lately, which is digital distraction and device dependency.
I'm really excited. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started now.
Wait, Noaim. Before we start, let's define our topic first.
Good idea. So, what do you mean by digital distraction?
Good question. Digital distraction is the interruption of attention caused by digital access, digital devices, apps, or online content that pull you away from your intended task. It means students lose focus because they are using digital devices too much.
So, device dependency means students rely too much on phone and technology, right? It means phone is everything. Without phone, we cannot continue our life, right?
Right.
Yes, exactly, Dini. They feel like they cannot function without them.
Or we can say that device dependency is when a person becomes overly reliant on digital devices like smartphones, tablets, or laptops to function in daily life.
I see, Nuaim. That sounds like a serious issue for students today.
Yes, that's it's right, Dini. Do both of you know that digital distraction and device dependency are reshaping students' learning behaviors, attention patterns, and social development? This observation suggests that while technology offers many benefits, its uncontrolled use can create significant challenges in maintaining effective learning environment and healthy student development.
This is really dangerous for the current generation. As you know, nowadays is a alpha generation, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly, Dini.
Sorry to interrupt both of you.
What's the problem, Noaim?
I understand the general idea, but could you clarify what makes this issue so serious among students today?
Sure, Noaim. One major cause is excessive use of social media like TikTok, X, Instagram, WhatsApp, and else. Students spend many hours scrolling.
That's true, Irina. These platforms are designed to keep users engaged. It is hard to stop once you start. There are many features in social media that students cannot be focused in class, such as unlimited videos, comment section with others, and the best part is when you get message from their friends. From my perspective, the most famous platform nowadays is TikTok.
Yes, Dini, it's right. I really agree with you at this point.
However, some may argue that media social can be educational too.
Yes, but most students use it for entertainment, not learning. So, as a result, students lost focus during class and while doing homework. This reduces their academic performance and learning efficiently. It's not a good attitude as a student and also show disrespect for the teacher. What about you, Dina? Can you share your opinion with us?
Of course, I can, Dini. So, in my perspective, another important factor is lack of self-control. Some students cannot manage their screen time properly. As a result, A lot of homework are incomplete and deadlines are missed.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dina, but I disagree with you. I think features like sleep mode and rest mode can help reduce distraction. Sleep mode can keep the app inactive, while rest mode encourages users to take a break. This can help students focus better and control their device usage.
Dini, I understand your point about sleep mode, but I don't fully agree about that. In my opinion, sleep mode is not very effective because the application is still running in the background. This means students can easily return to it anytime, which does not really solve the problem of distraction.
Oh yeah, I see. What's about you, Naim?
What about online gaming? It is also a problem. Many students are addicted to it. Nowadays, there's a lot of games such as Roblox, Mobile Legends, and Clash of Clans. This game highly interactive and rewarding. It can encourage students to spend extended periods playing.
But, game can help reduce stress, right?
Yes, but too much gaming cause lack of sleep and fatigue. Some students become emotionally attached to gaming and prioritize it over their studies.
That's why parents cannot provide their children any device except for communication and education only. Maybe they may be allowed to play games, but parents also need to monitor them at home to ensure it does not have negative effect. From that, we know that parents also play an important role.
Did you understand what we try to say, Dina?
Yes, I am really understanding and clear now. So, what do you guys think about consult notification? I think notification can interrupt them again and again.
So, they cannot concentrate fully.
Exactly, Dini. They will keep checking their phones and busy to study because they will reply for all of the messages and finally get tired and go to sleep.
That explains why students take longer to finish tasks.
Sorry to interrupt you, Edina. May I add one more factor, please?
Yes, sure you can. Why not?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, from my observation lately, unsupervised use of technology is another factor that can make this issue more critical. When students use digital devices without guidance from parents or teachers, they may spend excessive time on non-educational activities such as gaming, social media, or watching videos. What do you think, Noaim?
Yes, I agree with you, Dini. Students are more likely to misuse technology, leading to reduced study time and weaker academic performance. They may also develop unhealthy digital habits that affect their learning and personal development.
Oh, yes, exactly, Noaim. I almost didn't notice the factor. Today, we can see that students are increasingly spoiled by parents and teachers. No strict time constraints have been emphasized, which has caused students to be careless and unable to balance entertainment and studies. Thank you for another idea.
Most welcome, Edina. Based on our discussion, I believe we can agree that digital distraction is caused by multiple factors, including social media usage, notification, gaming, and lack of self-control. So we must use it wisely.
Among all of the factors, which one has the biggest impact on students?
Oh, I know. I think consult notification is the worst factor ever. What do you guys think? Am I right?
Yes, I totally agree with you, Edina. Each notification forces the brain to switch tasks. This frequent switching trains the brain to accept interaction, reducing the ability to focus for a long period. Compared to social media, which students choose to open notification force distraction. As you know, human cannot do two things at the same time.
Sorry, but I disagree with your opinion this time. I think my point is the best. Excessive online gaming has become a common bad habit among students and can lead to several negative effects.
Besides lack of sleep, what else can happen among the student?
For answer your question, they may find lesson boring compared to games and making it harder to stay engaged in class. Not just that, it also can lead to health problems such as eye strain, headache, and lack of physical exercise. So, this habit will cause students to have to take leave and postpone the syllabus. Do you guys agree with me?
I think you are right, Nuaim. While game can be enjoyable, excessive gaming can negatively affect students' academic performance, health, and social life. So now I am with you, Nuaim. What about you, Dina? Do you still stand by your opinion?
Okay. I think I give up. Noaim's agreement is the true and solid. Besides, if you look at this point, students nowadays more interested in video games than anything else. Now, I think I agree with you, Noaim, that excessive online gaming is the worst factor that can give biggest impact on students.
Well, I know I'm the best. Finally, three of us agree that excessive online gaming is the worst factor that can give biggest impact on students.
Hey, I am really wonder something. From all of the factors that we discussed, how can we prevent digital distraction and dependency issues as a teacher and educator at school?
May I start first? I have a point to share with you guys.
Sure, you can.
Firstly, I think teachers should design engaging lesson.
What do you think? Sorry, what do you mean by Ganges lesson?
Teacher can use digital technology for make interactive class activities. Teacher can use educational platform, online quizzes, digital presentation, and learning application that support lesson objective.
Yes, I agree with you, Dini. Students learn to view technology as a tool for education rather than solely for entertainment. This encourages responsible and productive use of digital device.
So, student will focus more in class? I have an idea. Maybe teachers can use digital technology and devices to build an interactive education game, such as Word Wall, Kahoot, and Padlet.
In addition, nowadays there are a lot of modern devices that can replace traditional devices such as smart television, LCD projector, and e-book readers.
Yes, exactly.
However, in my perspective, teachers should to establish clear classroom rules for device usage. Teachers should set clear guidelines regarding when and how device may be used during class. For example, smartphones should only be used for learning activities when instructed.
I really agree with you, Nuaim. But for me, they must set clear rules so there no have any conflict between teacher and student in the class. What about you, Dina? Do you have any idea that can you share with us?
Let me think first. What about teachers should also teach digital responsibility? Digital responsibility means using technology wisely, safely, and in moderation. This includes managing screen time, avoiding harmful content, protecting personal information, and knowing when to stop using devices.
Wow, what's a brilliant idea. Do you want to share more?
What about collaboration between teachers and parents is essential? Do you agree with me, Noaim?
Yes, of course. For me, parents play a crucial role in monitoring students' technology usage at home, while teachers guide them in school.
So, when both parties work together, they can provide consistent support and reinforce positive digital habits among students.
Yes, exactly what I think. I think both of us have the same chemistry and energy.
Wow, what a sudden! I think we should to make a lot of conversation after this discussion.
Wait a minute. What about me? Do you guys want to forget about me?
Relax. Don't be so serious. We're just kidding.
Yeah, I know. So, what we talk about before this?
We want to discuss and make a decision about ways to prevent digital distraction and device dependency issue as a teacher and educator at school among students.
Yes, exactly, Noaim. Based on this solution, can we all agree that teachers play a significant role in addressing digital distraction?
Yes, I strongly agree. For me, the teachers are the key agents on change in school. They are in a position to guide students not only academically but also morally and socially. Through daily interaction, teachers can shape student habits, attitudes, and decision-making skills.
Yes, me too. In today's digital age, teachers cannot completely stop students from using technology. Instead, teachers need to be wise in managing and transforming for use of digital technology in the classroom. Rather than seeing technology as a distraction, teachers should treat it as a powerful learning tool.
It's not just teachers who play an important role in addressing this issue. What about the role of the school? Does it help? What do you both think?
Of course, it helps. I think the school may be able to provide awareness campaigns and workshops. School can organize seminars, workshops, and awareness campaigns involving students, teachers, and parents. Experts can be invited to discuss the risks of digital addiction, social media dependency, and excessive screen time. This activity helps students recognize unhealthy digital habits and encourage them to adopt healthier lifestyles. School can also provide practical strategies such as setting screen time limits, using productivity apps, and creating technology-free student periods. What about you, Eldina?
Yes, Noaim. In my perspective, school should to establish clear and balanced policies regarding the use of digital devices. School should create guidelines that specifically when and how students can use smartphones, tablets, and laptops during school hours.
What the difference between my point before this with your point?
For your point, it is more emphasized to teachers and it only enforced in the classroom, but it is different from my point where this step is more enforced in the school area. All students need to obey and not like in the classroom where only the students in the class obey.
What are some examples of rules that school can make?
Good question, Dini. For example, mobile phone can be kept in lockers and designated storage areas during lesson and only used when required for educational purpose. These rules help reduce unnecessary distraction from from social media, games, and messaging application while maintaining technology as a learning tool.
Oh, I see. What about you, Dini?
In my opinion, encourage offline activities and student engagement also one of the way that school can do as an action. To reduce dependence on device, schools should create more opportunities for students to participate in extracurricular activities such as sport, sport, clubs, cultural programs, leadership activities, and community service. Engaging students in face-to-face interaction and hand-on learning experience help develop social skills, teamwork, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. When students are actively involved in meaningful activities, they spend less time relying on digital devices for entertainment.
Wow, what a brilliant idea, Dini. Based on these solutions, what is the best way to the school do to address this issue, guys?
I think Dini's point is the best action to address this issue.
Why you say like that, Nuaim?
It is because these activities contribute significantly to the development of both gross and fine motor skill. Gross motor skills are strengthened through physical activities such as running, jumping, playing sports, and participating in outdoor games, which improve coordination, balance, strength, and overall physical health. Fine motor skills are developed through activities such as drawing, painting, drafting, writing, and building projects, which enhance hand-eye coordination and finger control.
That is right, Nuaim. Offline activities provide valuable opportunities for students to interact face-to-face with their peers, teachers, and community members. Such interaction helps students develop communication skills, teamwork, leadership qualities, empathy, and self-confidence. By engaging in meaningful social experience, students can build positive relationships and strengthen their sense of belonging within their school and community.
Oh, yes, Dini and Nuaim. I think many students can improve their talent. Developing talents at an early age can increase students' self-confidence, motivation, and sense of achievement. It also helps them identify potential, career paths, and future opportunities. So, we all agree that encourage offline activity and student engagement is the best way to the school to address this issue.
In conclusion, all of us have done discuss about causes of this digital distraction and suggest practical, workable ways school and teachers can balance technology use with focused student learning.
This issue should be curbed from the beginning so that it does not become a problem in the future. All parties need to work together to create a generation that is skilled in handling today's technology and devices.
However, school and teacher are together important. With appropriate strategies such as engaging lessons, proper use of technology, clear rules, and strong guidance, this issue can be effectively managed.
It seems we are at the end of this group discussion. Finally, I would like to apologize if there was any language abuse during this discussion.
Don't worry, maybe in another day, we can make another discussion with new topic and issues.
I would also like to apologize if I have taken up your time today. Have a good rest and thank you guys.
Thank you so much, and you too.
Thank you and see you again next time.
Bye. See you soon. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. That's all from us.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Awafi, and I'm from Perak. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Mike,